Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I have a little bit different, something I haven't done here on my channel, but I am super excited to announce it to you guys. I really hope you like the concept. So in today's video I am going to be doing half drugstore, half high-end, showing you some dupes and how products perform compared to like an affordable version versus a more high-end luxury item that's a little bit more pricey. What do you guys think is my high-end side? You'll just have to watch the video to find out. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you do enjoy. So yeah, let's get into the video. I feel like as a YouTuber, it is my duty to put a disclaimer out there for you guys. So if you're a frequent watcher of mine, you know that I make AliExpress videos. I just want to say that in this disclaimer, all of the high-end products are 100% authentic. A lot of people think because I am an AliExpress shopper that the high-end that I use is AliExpress, but it's not. This is all 100% authentic makeup, so I just want to put that disclaimer out there. So without further ado, let's just get on to the video. Okay, so the two eyeshadow palettes I'm going to be taking today is the Zoeva Cocoa Blend eyeshadow palette on my high-end side and the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel on this side. So yeah. Okay, so not all colors in this eyeshadow palette are like dead on. So they don't really have a transition color. So for my transition color, I'm just going to use the bronzer. So this is the MAC Refined Golden Bronzing Powder. I am going to run this in my crease just as a little definition. I'm just going to take that on this brush. And I'm going to be taking some similar brushes, but I'm just going to try and use all the same brushes and just use my color switch. So I'm hoping that works. I haven't really tested this out, so that'll be a good video. So yeah, I'm just going to take my MAC one, and high end is going on this eye. So I'm just going to run that into my crease. Now I've already mapped out the type of look I'm doing, which is super exciting. Okay, so that's that eye going into my color switch and getting as much of the product off as I can. And for my drugstore side, I'm going to be taking the W7 bronzer and doing the same thing on the other eye. Pretty much exactly the same. Okay, now I'm taking the Cocoa Blend palette and I'm going to take the darkest matte shade, which is this one here. It's not a black, it's like a dark brown. It's called Beans Are White, random name. So yeah, I'm just going to take that on my high-end side on the brush we just used. I wiped off product and I'm literally going to take a little bit, tap it off and just work this in the outer. Okay, so for the drugstore side, Carli Bybel, we are taking this matte dark brown shade here. I'm going to wipe off my brush first. These color switches are honestly such a great idea. If you guys are thinking about it, honestly amazing. Now this one might not be as dark, but you've just got to work it a bit more. But they basically look the same on the eye. As you can see, basically the same type of effect. I might just make it a little bit deeper here, but basically exactly the same thing. Okay, so now for my lid color, I am taking this gorgeous gold shade from the Cocoa Blend palette. It's called Pure Ganache. Now I'm going to wet my brush just with a bit of water. I always do this. I'm going to do it for both shadows. So yeah, I'm just taking like a flat brush and I'm going to pack that all over this side of my lid. You sort of just overlap the dark shadow and then we'll go in and blend it. So yeah, oh, this shade is gorgeous. This palette is amazing and it's not even that like expensive. I love the price. of these Zoeva eyeshadow palettes, and I buy mine on Beauty Bay. So yeah. And from the Carli Bybel palette, we're actually going into one of the highlighters, which is this highlighter here. And they are exactly the same shade. Like, I kid you not. The Zoeva one is like a tad more golden, but like the slightest bit. So I just grabbed a bit of this and literally just mixing those two shades together, and it makes it literally like the same thing. Alright, so going back in with a blending brush and just gonna buff those two together. So there we have the eye look. Pretty basic. I'll go back in with some other colors towards the end, but as you guys can see, you can pretty much get the same type of result from those. So I'm gonna pop some falsies on and then come back. Okay, so I have popped my lashes on. These are just really affordable $2 lashes. They're some of my favorite lashes, so I'll have them linked down below as well for you guys. So it is now time for foundation. So for my high-end side, I'm going to be taking the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. And for my drugstore side, I am taking my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. These are really good dupes for one another. So same again, different brushes, one side of my face, different brushes this side of my face. You guys get the drill. So yeah, I didn't have an affordable primer, so I just used my Men's Nivea Post Shave Balm. That is just OG, I love it. Same brush, different sides of my face. So let's do MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I have the shades NC15 and NC25, so I might have to mix a tad together to get like a perfect shade, but we're just gonna roll with it for the time being. Okay, so that is the MAC side of my face. Now switching brushes, I'm going to go in to my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the shade 120. I love this. I think it's amazing. It's a lot lighter consistency over the MAC foundation. So yeah. But they do have similar finishes, similar coverage, basically similar everything. Just the price tag is a lot different. Okay, so the shades are pretty dead on. So here is my foundation. As you guys can see, the finish is a little similar. There's probably like a tad, like the slightest amount more coverage on the high-end side, but that's basically what you expect. Once I powder and conceal anyway, it kind of just goes away. So yeah, here is how my face is looking. And I basically don't use a lot of foundation. I don't like too heavy. So yeah, I used about 1 pump of each. Taking my MAC Pro Longwear in the shade NC20 on my high-end side. And then for my drugstore side, I am taking my Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Light. So I'm just going to apply that to my face. Now, I think these concealers are much of a muchness to each other in forms of coverage, blending, all that sort of stuff. Color-wise, like, it's all pretty similar. So that is how my MAC one looks. The only thing I will say is the Maybelline one is a lot thicker, but still amazing coverage, blendability, all that jazz. So yeah. there you go. So as you guys can see, basically the exact same amount of coverage. The MAC one is $38 here in Australia, and the Maybelline one is around about 10, I believe, or 12, something like that. But I always pick it up on sale. So yeah, I used to use the MAC one all the time, and then I kind of explored other concealers, and then I found this one, and I absolutely love this to death now. But I always love my MAC Pro Longwear, and we'll continue to go back to it because it lasts forever. But yeah, there's just an option for you guys to try out if you are considering trying a new concealer. I would recommend either of these to you guys. So I don't actually have any high-end powders or setting powders or under eye powders. I don't think it's really necessary to buy high-end in those type of categories. That's just me personally, but it's up to you guys what you spend your money on. So I'm just going to go set my face with my other powders and whatnot, and then come back to do some more of my face. Okay, so I just set my face down. Now it's time to bronze. So for my high-end side, I'm going to be taking, just like I did for the eyes, my MAC Refined Golden. Now this is the limited edition Aquatics collection, but I do believe they stock this bronzer. I think, don't quote me on that. But yeah, I believe they do stock this bronzer. So I'm just going to take my brush and warm up my face on my high-end side. For my drugstore side, which this is like really similar. Now this is the W7, the bronzer. Now this is a matte bronzer, pretty much gives off exactly the same look, same color, whatnot. The MAC one does look like it has shimmers in it, but on the face it's not shimmery whatsoever. This is a completely matte bronzer. This bronzer is awesome. So as you guys can see, basically exactly the same type of effect, but for less. So awesome dupe. I love this dupe. I think it's amazing. This used to be like my ride or die bronzer, the W7 one. And then I kind of experimented with other bronzers, but both of these I love. Alright, next up I'm going to go in with brows, because I cannot stand looking at these hot mess for another minute. For my high-end side, I'm taking the MAC Dip Down Fluidline. Now, I know this is technically not a brow product, but it's what the lady recommended to me ages ago for my brows. So I did used to use this a fair bit for my brows and did enjoy it. She said it's very similar to the actual brow one. So I'm just going to take a tad bit of that. I haven't used this stuff in forever, so if my brows don't look amazing, I'm sorry, I apologize, guys. And for my affordable side, I am taking the Chi Brow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown, similar type of color, and I'm taking that on a different brush. Okay, so that is my brows on. I know the shade and the shape might be a little different. My brows are just having not the greatest brow day, but I'm really impressed. Like, I haven't used this MAC one in forever, and I really like how it made my brows look. It might have been the brush, it might have been whatnot. I mean, I love my Chi Brow Pomade too, but yeah, this one's 15. I believe this one's like 40 or 50, but I love how both look. So yeah, that is my brows on, and now I feel a bit more complete as a human. So let's move on to the rest of my face. Okay, so for the high-end side of blush, I'm taking my Too Faced blush in the shade Your Love Is King. It is a gorgeous, deep, purpley, pinky shade. It's honestly like a gorgeous shade. So I'm just going to take that on a blush brush. I don't know how much of that you guys can see, but it is a pretty color of blush. And then for my Drugstore side, I know this doesn't look very similar in the pan, but this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Berry Shimmer. Now, it actually does look pretty similar on the face. As you guys can probably see. But yeah, that is gonna be my blush. Okay, so I just finished off my lower lash line because mascara, I don't really use high-end mascara. I don't think that is necessary either. I don't know, just my opinion. So yeah, let's go on with highlight. Now, I think you guys are gonna be super excited for this dupe. I here have the Becca Opal Shimmering Skin Perfector. Now, I love this highlighter. I think it is bomb.com. So I am gonna pop that where I would highlight. I also love Becca Opal, but this, you can't beat it for the price. Okay, so now let's finish off with lips and then this look will be complete. So I thought of going a dark lip for something different because I haven't done a dark lip in a hot minute, you guys. So on my high-end side, I'm taking the Stila liquid lipstick in the shade Chianti, which is this really pretty dark purple shade. And then on my Drugstore side, this is like the perfect dupe. This is the Kleancolor matte liquid lipstick, or Madly Matte lip gloss in the shade Rose Wine. So let's do Stila first. I'm gonna do half and half, just like I've been doing for the rest of the face. Looks super weird with one side, but that is Stila. And that is my Kleancolor side. Now, the only difference with these two liquid lipsticks is this one dries down, like the Drugstore dries down to more of like a satin finish, whereas the high-end Stila one dries down completely matte all the way. But nonetheless, this shade is gorgeous, and if you can get away, like if you don't mind a little bit of a satin finish, this one does last really long, and it's $1.60 on Shop Miss A, but color wise, dead on. So I really hope you guys like this video. If you want more of these videos from me, let me know and I will be sure to do them for you guys. Obviously create different looks and whatnot, but I just really have been wanting to do this and I thought it was a super creative idea. So yeah, this is going to complete my look. Please be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you are here. It really helps me out. Thank you guys for all your constant support. It means the world to me. So I will catch you guys in my next video.